Say what I want like I'm Taylor. My kinda white like Taylor. Swear. Taylor.
We're back. Elajas Rats. They're gonna get into Tupac with Ghetto Gospel. Now, in case you know how we get down here at the Elajas Rats stage, okay, we get into it expeditiously, getting down and dirty. Okay, so now I tell you this all the time. People tell me I look like Tupac. You know what I'm saying? People tell me I used to look like Tupac, and that I used to also call myself a Taylor 3Pac on Snapchat. You know what I'm saying? That's factual information. I used to do that. You know what I'm saying? But before I had the beard, I had this joint. I had this joint, and I had the little goatee joint. But it's been a little minute since I had that. You know what I'm saying? The beard is outside with those expeditiously. You know what I'm saying? Getting down and dirty. But once again, in case you know how we get into it here at the Elajas React stage, I'm gonna let you know if I don't like this song. I don't think I've ever heard it before. Possibly I did. I am a Tupac advocate, but sometimes you forget. I've heard mad music already. All right, boom. It gets him out to the bottle. Okay, if I don't like it, but if I like that thing, I'ma let it blow. Broad day, expeditiously letting it click. They can't stop me. Like the city can't hold us. Like Macklemore. Stop playing. We outside.
Those who wish to follow me, my ghetto gospel, I welcome with my hands, and the red sun sings to last into the hills of gold, and peace to this young warrior without the sound of guns. If I could recollect before my hood days, I sit and reminisce, think of the bliss of the good days. I stop and stare at the younger, my heart goes to them. They tested with stress that they under, and nowadays things change. Everyone's ashamed of the youth, cause the truth look strange. And for me it's reversed, we left them a world that's cursed, and it hurts. Cause any day to put.
It's just hilarious. Like hearing Tupac rap right now, I already know. Like you showed this to like a 17, 18-year-old. As I'm filming this in 2023, right? You show this to a 17, 18-year-old right now. They like, yo, I can't get started to this. I can't get started to this. This is only like 90 BPM. This is like a 90 to 100 BPM. And he rapping like, dun, 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 and it hurts. Like, yeah, it's just hilarious. Like, and this is not to, come down on Tupac like that. Let me see Tupac, right? It's just hilarious to see how like flow and cadence and music has changed over the years, where it's like BPMs now are damn near 120, 130, 140. You know what I'm saying? Faster paces, faster flows. Like people are trying to fit more. Like he's more so wants you to hear every like word and pay attention to something. As opposed to, nowadays, there's a lot of fast-paced rapping where it's like, all right, if you catch it, you catch it. If you ain't catch it, you ain't catch it. Yeah, you feel me? It's like, rewind it then, stupid. Like, but, yeah, it's just funny.
We left them a world that's cursed, and it hurts. Cause any day to push the button, and all good men like Malcolm X and Bobby Hutton die for nothing. Don't it make you get teary? The world looks dreary. When you have your eyes, see it clearly. There's no need for you to fear me. If you take your time to hear me, maybe you can learn to cheer me. It ain't about black or white, cause we're human. I hope we see the light before it's ruined. My ghetto gospel. Those who wish to follow me, ghetto gospel, I welcome with my hands.
Elton John can really sing. Like, Elton, I will say though, right? And I think I might have read this already as well, possibly not though. But the live version of Stan, Eminem, Elton John, I ain't like you could have missed me with that one. And I didn't really only give Elton John his props just to like cut his ass just now. But I'm just saying though, like I ain't gonna lie, they lost me with that one. Keep it steady. Like whoever the shorty is, that was the original shorty. I forgot her name, but they should have had her. You know what I'm saying? I think the way Elton John was dragging them notes in that performance, I wasn't really dragging it for me. But Elton John, he on some classic stuff. I didn't even know he was on this song with Tupac. I didn't know him and Tupac had a song, both relevant around the same time. So I think Elton John was relevant before Tupac for me. But when Elton John was more musically relevant. But it's a cute video though. It's given trying to take us into the BTS of the trenches. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, hopefully one day we as black people can look at ourselves as more than creatures of the ghetto, and hopefully the world will look at us as more than that as well. Where we sometimes I get into like real third eye woke conversations with this type of stuff where it's like, nah, trust me, I get it. Systematic racism and us being placed in these positions that is not bred for us to do better in life, and like once again the government and pushes us into these impoverished situations, which causes like even in our music and our art to only reflect on that systematic racism and I guess you are to make music about your surroundings and your environment, but I always just want to encourage black people to let's show another side of us that is more than that, because then it just kind of makes it seem like we are only that when we're not only that, because everyone uses our culture. Our culture is more than just the ghetto. That's the only reason why I implore black people to tell more of our story that isn't just the ghetto, isn't just impoverished neighborhoods, isn't just violence, isn't just showing the worst of the worst, because every black person does not live like that. And that's something I always have to preach as well. Like, every black person did not come from a one-person household living in the trenches on Section 8. That's not every black person's timeline or reference point, So, but shout out to Tupac, though.
Ghetto gospel, I welcome with my hands, and the red sun sings last into the hills of gold, and peace to this young warrior without the sound of guns.
Tell me, do you see that old lady? Ain't it sad? Living out of bags, busting glad for the little things she has. And over there's a lady, kinda crazy. Yes, it's giving birth to a baby. I don't trip and let it fade me from out of the frying pan. We jump into another form of slavery. Even now I get discouraged. Wonder if they take it all back. Will I still keep the courage? I refuse to be a role model. I said go take control, drink out my own bottles.
Refuse to be a role model. Think we might have found the title of this video. Is Tupac a terrible role model? Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, I already know how to give it up. If you don't know how to give it up, chamber conversation. No, I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all, man. One day y'all gonna look back at the way I tell my videos, and I was really iconic and original and different. And it's clear a sense of marketing knowledge and SEO. That's really all I'm trying to implore you guys. I tell you mid-video that what I'm about to do with these titles is just people just get upset, but at the end of the day, I'm telling you what I'm gonna do is the reason why I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? Watch the video, get to know me, get to know the artist some more, or just re-listen to music you've heard before or new music that you can tune into, you feel me? But we gotta get you to watch these videos more than just me doing what everyone else is doing. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, don't be surprised if you see that as the title of this video.
Role model, I say go take control, drink out my own bottles. I make mistakes, learn from everyone, and when it's said and done, I bet this brother be a better one. If I'm upset, you don't stress, never forget that God isn't finished with me yet. I feel His hand on my brain when I write rhymes. I go blind and let the Lord do His thing, but I'm a less holy 'cause I choose to pump up.
I will say too, like, his flow, it's funny, I'm not downing Tupac. Let me just Tupac, but it definitely just sounds so outdated. It sounds so outdated. It just sounds slow. Doesn't sound like he's going to the pace of the beat. he's going at his own pace, which is respectable. You know what I'm saying? You live life at your own pace, and you're really winning if you're able to do that. So, I mean, I get it. He's going on to be at his own pace, but it sounds like he's behind. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it definitely sounds outdated. That's why I mentioned earlier, where, like, if you were to show this to a 17, 18-year-old, they're not going to jack none of this. But, I mean, I'm not that age at all, you know what I'm saying? So I can still appreciate it, but being that I am still a part of modern society, it's different to hear, you know, music from different generations and time periods, you know. But I'm big on as well, like, if you don't big up your own generation, especially generation of music, you're just gonna get lost in the sauce of the musical generations where everyone is just talking about like how their generation is the best. You know, like, I'm not cool with that either. You know, every generation talking like they're the best generation of music. Like, so nothing before you or after you is good. Only yours is the best. You're the pinnacle, because that's the type of music that you were listening to when you were in your prime. So now that's the only pinnacle of music. That doesn't really make sense to me.
Do its thing, but I'm a less holy, cause I choose to pump up and drink a beer with my homies before we find world peace. We gotta find peace, and in the war in the streets, my ghetto gospel.
Those who wish to follow me,
Yeah, ghetto gospel.
I welcome with my hands, and the red sun sinks glass into the hills of gold, and peace to this young warrior without the sound of guns.
Lord, can you hear me speak?
I ain't lie, she is stable. I think she's been in like 85 Tyler Perry movies. Shout out to her. I never recognize her face, I believe.
Lord, can you hear me speak? Pay the price for being hellbound.
Remember to keep yourself alive. There's nothing more important than that. Fenny Shakur. Is that like his mom's or something? 'Cause I don't think this man's name is Fenny. Fenny, mother of rapper, yep. She's a Black Panther. Okay. Didn't know that. Did not know that. That was Tupac, Ghetto Gospel. Now, I ain't gonna lie, that was a very deep video, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the girl that's been in Tyler Perry movies for going on 3 decades. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to her, you know, but the video was definitely deep. You know, it showed the life of people that's living in that ghetto, that, you know, you're making mamas cry, taking lives, and, you know, we gotta do better. We gotta do better, you know what I'm saying? We have to do better as a people. When are we gonna be able to do better? Like, this is the storyline of a person that is being painted by Tupac, whether hypothetical or somebody he knows in real life, this real life situation. It's still going on for decades and decades. Like, the song didn't come out a decade ago. It ain't come out. Did it come out? It might have came out 2 decades ago. Or really probably within the last 2 decades. This is a song that's came out within the last 2 decades, and it's still prevalent in society and how we treat each other as Black people. And then we wonder as Black people why we don't succeed or elevate in life. This is what it is. I'm a person that's always gonna preach the message of, like, Black people gotta be better. Like, the violence is like, that's what I feel like. Black people come out the womb innately violent. Like, violence just be in our blood. Like, as soon as you come out the womb, like, you know, we gotta do better, especially like the projections of what we project to the youth and how they grow up. You know, like, as a direct correlation to how they grow up when they're what they're seeing in their impressionable minds between those younger ages. I feel like the most impressionable brain is between like 5 and like 11 or something, you know, like between like 5 and 11, 5 and 10, you know. So it's like, that's a very impressionable time in life, to where, like, the things you're surrounded by, the content you ingest, or what you see on a daily basis from like your parents or your family, whatever, it's gonna definitely have a toll on how you live your life and what you project when you get older. So shout out to Tupac though, always bringing them heavy messages, but he don't want to be a role model. And that's the thing, like, there has to be somebody that's not just on some do what I say not as I do. That's what a lot of these people are doing. Like, in order to preach a message and to be at the forefront of a message, you have to also live like that. You know, I think a lot of people, and I commend artists for wanting to do that and wanting to project a certain message. But if you're not living like that, and you also telling me that, yeah, you want to preach a positive message, but I'm not a role model, and I'm not here to raise your kid. I get that mindset, but at the same time, it's like, you're a role model because you're a public figure and you have all the eyes on you in the world. You may not want to be a public figure, but once you took them steps to put yourself out there publicly, you have to acknowledge that maybe one day it can get like that. And you are now a role model, even if you don't want to. Like, you are now in that role, so you must act accordingly. Facts. But when it comes to that GG ghetto gospel, I'm letting blow, stupid. You thought even when everything I just said I wasn't gonna let it blow, I'm letting it blow in broad day expeditiously. That's Tupac Shakur. Too busy, Shakissy. You know what I'm saying? No cap. Shout out to Tupac. You know what I'm saying? The video was dope. I feel like they might probably end up shooting that after he passed, possibly, because he wasn't in the video. But I've never seen every Tupac video, so I don't know if he's been in a majority of his music videos. Not too sure. But once again, shout out to Tupac. Too busy, Shakur. Had to let that thing blow in broad day. But that's going to do it for this episode of Elajas Reacts. Make sure you go subscribe to the channel. Turn on the post notification bells every time we drop a new damn video. Make sure you follow Taylor Elajas on Instagram and Atmosphere for more funny and satirical content as well as food-based content. Okay, I know you want to check out some foods, some things to eat, place to go check out, things to do in your life to make your life more interesting. You know what I'm saying? You want to go check out Atmosphere. It's a great app. You need to go tap in expeditiously. Okay, it's available for shows you a place to go check out around the United States, overseas. You got to go tap in expeditiously. Make sure you download it via my link. I'm trying to show you. You got to do it because you got to follow Taylor Elajas. You have to. If you're not following Taylor, what are you doing? You're asleep. I'm trying to wake you up. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Taylor Elajas, and you're watching Elajas Reacts.
Big Reaper and I'm back for the killing. When I get on the track, say what I'm actually feeling. I'm a murder baby, you my next victim maybe.